For him, it was 2 weeks.
Bro, honestly though, back in the day, like when you would get a haircut every 2 weeks, you could do that shit because it was like 15.
Because it was like 20 bucks, bro.
20 bucks, now, 30 with a good tip.
But now, bro, $50, like...
Yeah, bro. I got my haircut on the 22nd or some shit.
Yeah, I was going to get mine on Friday, but fucking Kat was like, I want you to come Thursday night. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, no, I'm getting my shit fresh either Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
I'm getting it.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm getting mine before Christmas.
I'm getting mine on Wednesday.
I'm getting mine after. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, no
I
cap.
need one, so.
Bro, look, I'm telling you right now. I had a haircut damn near 2 months.
That's what I'm going on. That's why I'm getting mine on like Christmas.
Damn, what the fuck?
I had to hold out for the trip.
Well, I had all these damn
I had to hold out for the trip.
I had all these damn
$50.
I had all these.
Hey, you know what? When you get paid once a month,
yeah,
dog.
you gotta
I had all these damn weddings and shit. So I was like,
That boy was faded every week, is what he was saying. And he ain't talking about the liquor.
You know what I'm saying?
shout out
$200 like it's
no
nothing.
free shout
You know
outs.
what I'm saying?
That is-
$200 like hey,
Like
$200?
low key,
There you go.
yeah, but hey.
Hey, see, rich
See that man's
Not
car?
even
rich.
See that man's PC setup?
man. He said, I mean, yeah, for sure, but
He said, talk to me nice.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Us over here, 2 months, going on 2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
2
What's
months too
crazy
long.
is about
For him,
that
it was
is-
2 weeks.
Bro,
If that, maybe a
honestly
week.
though, back in the day, like when you would get a haircut every 2 weeks, you could do that shit because it was like 15.
Because it was like 20 bucks, bro.
20 bucks,
now-
30 with a good tip.
But now, bro, $50, like
Yeah,
hey, yo, pause. Watch out.
Y'all need to clip that.
Nah, for sure. That's the intro.
That's the clip.
That's the intro.
That's a
for
clip.
sure.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's for sure the intro.
Yo. Okay,
man.
pause. But yes, bro. You spend $60 a month. You get 2 haircuts every 2 weeks. Now,
I go once a month now.
bro, it's like if I were to go twice, it'd
It's
easily be
$100.
$100.
And that's
Just for the cut.
That's for the cut. If you're being generous, and I don't know, man, $50. Like I don't know if you're getting a tip. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know now.
But like now I'm getting my hair braided, which is
Yeah.
$50, and then I get my cut, which is $50. That's $100 on my hair alone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You get that female hairstyle.
That boy
you know what I'm
Jalen
saying?
Rose said you should spend $100 minimum on your barber. I was like, bro,
his
get the fuck
hair,
out of
his
here.
hair ain't even real, bro. That's the crazy
Fuck out of here, bro.
He got that hair
His hair
transplant.
ain't even real,
For real,
bro.
though.
His hair ain't even real. He over here talking about some $100. Okay,
Hell
cool.
yeah.
All right, give me the $100, bitch.
But without further ado, this is the boys. Today we got Steve, Lon, me, Carlos. You know, these are some of the members of Opinionated. And we're going to, just chop it up, man. See how they're doing, see how their year went, and talk about some goals for 2024, expectations, like what we got on the docket. But, if you're fans of us and support us, this is just going to be a more laid back conversation, not as formal with like an interview style. But
You dig?
Yeah.
Yup.
So
Yeah, appreciate y'all boys. Just first thing start off with just how's 2023, right? We're going on 2023
Yes.
been for y'all on just like the opinionated side.
It was a lot of learning, bro. I think for me personally, it was just growth. Growth is a very uncomfortable thing. And I've already told y'all about this, right? We've had conversations about it. That meeting the other week, right? I just came out and I said how I felt about it, man. I felt like it was a year of learning, and it was just not within Opinionated, but within my own personal life. And I kind of just had to humble myself and really trust God to put me in the right position to be. And that reflected in Opinionated, bro. I kind of wanted to take a backseat and just observe, bro, and kind of get myself together. Because I had to question myself on a lot of things, a lot of personal things that I felt, a lot of talking to Cam earlier today. I was like, man, it got me to a point where I was beginning to wonder why was I outputting what I was doing in terms of I didn't feel like really sold on the content I was doing because it felt like a placeholder. I felt like if I looked at every aspect of my life in regards to how much effort I was giving and how much I was, taking care of business and giving, like, just being consistent in all my behaviors, my job, my family, my friends, my loved ones, my faith, I mean, skyfold, I feel like I've continued to grow and be responsible within all my endeavors within those aspects of my life. But when it came to opinionated, like for some reason, something just wasn't clicking. And it wasn't a matter of I couldn't do it or I can't do it or, there's an excuse to do it. But it was just because I didn't feel like there was a purpose and a plan within the content. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I didn't just want to be aimlessly walking out there putting out content I didn't really believe in, or I didn't really serve the purpose for what I felt like, in all genuine and honesty, what God had for my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want my content to be meaningful. I don't want it just to be, I know obviously with the bigger the platform gets, the more the opportunities present themselves, the more resources were allowed. But at the same time, I just didn't, that's going to come with the territory of just being a business and doing what we do in today's day and age. But I didn't want the content I be just to be there just to be there. I can't just, I didn't want to just, I guess, aimlessly wander, for lack of better terms. So long story short, I realized that I just had to sit back and be observant, serve where I could, learn more about myself through what y'all taught me and what I could understand in terms of what it really meant to do this and what it really meant to handle yourself within a responsible, professional, and an honest manner. So it was a year of growth, bro. Like literally, I think more than anything, I had to learn a lot and I had to grow up. So it was, output may not be there in terms of what you see like video wise or what you see like content wise, but I feel like in terms of effort I gave and how much I feel like I consumed just as a student of the game, I felt like it was a great year in that aspect. You know what I mean?
As long as the projection is upwards, that's all that matters. We're lucky enough, we're in the infant stage where we have the, where we're able to do that.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't hurt us, any of us.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about for you, good sir?
I learned a lot. Honestly, I picked up a camera. Still learning as I go.
I'm glad you did that though, because
facts.
it's not.
Yeah,
for one, it's a big purchase, and two, it's not just easy.
Not
to drop
everybody
the
can do
money
it.
and just you go out and take pictures. So.
I definitely got better like as the weeks gone by, and put out a bunch of videos throughout the season. Did maybe like 3 or 4 a week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate that.
For like
bro.
the whole season, I was like,
You were going crazy.
I wasn't even
Crazy.
burnt out.
Yeah, that's good. And I feel like too, that helped a lot. Not only with you, like seeing the investment from you, like purchasing a camera and stuff. Because when you invest in something, you're like, damn, I just dropped $500. I need to use whatever I purchased for whatever I'm trying to do. But even like with those videos and stuff, it was nice to know that we could rely on you to like produce, like, hey, especially like as we got more in the football season and we were like talking more in group chats on the weekend. All right, this guy's balling, this guy's balling. Like we're kind of already discussing the plan, and then like boom, Sunday night or Monday, you hit us with a ballers of the week video, and then you hit us with passing leaders, rushing leaders, NFL recap, college football recap, and those are huge components to helping us grow that sports channel and TikTok and Instagram, because us posting stuff like that right away, like every time we post those videos always do well. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had to do it to where like the games were still trending,
Yeah.
like they were still like showing highlights from that game. So I just had to like pump it out as soon as I could. I couldn't wait like a couple days. Like I couldn't at all.
Yeah, that's well, I just said that's like the bad thing with sports is it just dies out so fast. So if you're not on top of it, it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
it's like a happy medium. Like you can capitalize and like grow super quick if you're
I feel like-
on it like
Very-
nonstop. But then if you like you said, if you record something, like we recorded a emergency podcast for like, because we didn't, our guests she didn't show up.
Yeah.
We recorded like a podcast about like the committee, because it was when the Oregon Texas like whole deal was going on. And we shot that like right away and had to like flip it, turn around, post it, and then but the video did well. It got like 117 views, but like he said, if you're not prepared or have the bandwidth, it's a struggle.
It gets sticky real quick. Yeah, bro.
It's a very fast place
Which
to be in.
which is a tough thing, because I feel like a lot of things within the culture and stuff, like obviously like our country, right? But like you look at things like music that's come out, or you look at things like sports in season, obviously movies, anything relative pop culture wise, and it's a time-based game you're playing, right? Because obviously, like, you look at something as simple as reaction videos for like trailers or gameplay or whatever, right? Like that's relative to how quick you could get that out, because the algorithm loves it. And relative to what you do, right? Obviously, if a game goes on, obviously like when Texas, you played in the Red River Bowl, right? around the time that's coming out, bro, everything is getting fed. Like you're just timing. If you post about it 2 weeks ago, nobody cares about the Red River anymore, bro.
Right.
That's been dead and done.
You on to whoever you're playing.
Bro, literally. You're talking about two different teams from that point to then. So what you're saying at this point, yeah, cool, it could be reflective, but it has nothing to do with the current situation of where your teams are at in the reality. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's even he sent me a take today, or was like, Cam Newton had, he'd came out and talked about
the game managers,
the
game managers,
bro.
But it's like,
but this is my thing. Like, you can't, regardless of what people what you're gonna say or what people will say, like, you can't say that Dak is better than Cam Newton or Cam Newton's better than Dak. At the end of the day, like, Cam Newton still has an MVP and went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Dak doesn't have either of those yet.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't say that, Cam Newton's worse than Dak when he has two of the highest accolades, with the highest obviously winning the Super Bowl. But, like,
I wasn't gonna diss Cam because I respect him I respect Cam as a football player.
And he went to the Natty.
That's what I'm saying. And he won it. I respect Cam as a football player, so I'm not gonna diss Cam. I'm just gonna disagree with this take that Dak is a game manager. Everybody, like, even Tua, I don't agree that Tua or Dak, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I don't agree that those two are game managers in any sense of the word.
Yeah,
like, that's not their play style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're throwing the ball, they're pushing the ball down the field. That's not who they are. A play manager would be somebody like Desmond Ritter, right? Jared Goff. Those are guys who are I'm telling you, those are game managers.
I don't even know if Goff is one.
Goff now because of the offense, but look at his entire career with LA. He maybe threw the ball like that crazy on a handful of occasions. It was very Todd Gurley.
They ran him into the ground.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, when I look at, and this again, side tangent, when I look at that take, I just think it's poor because obviously as Dak's career has progressed, he's obviously a guy who's not throwing 20 to 30 passes a game.
Yeah.
He's throwing 35 to 45 to sometimes 50, depending on who he's playing, especially with the core of receivers he had, even when Zeke was our running back in his prime years, leading the NFL in rushing yards as a rookie. So to him to say, he just manages the game.
I think the term just nowadays is just a little bit different. Like, a game.
I thought it was a poor take, but that's just my opinion. I'm not going to disrespect Cam because of it.
Well, I get what he's saying, though, like, real quick. It's because you look at, like, who he mentioned as, like, a game changer.
Yeah, I think a game changer is completely different nowadays than it was when he was playing.
You even Justin Fields, to a degree, like, those are players where, like, they can kind of do some stuff that others can't and kind of take over a game in a way. Even Josh Allen, to a degree. I would say Herbert has the capability, but his team isn't good. And I would say Dak is really good. He's effective. I wouldn't say he's a game manager, but I wouldn't say
he's not a game manager.
I wouldn't say he's a game changer either. Like, Dak doesn't do anything that is like, oh, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Like Lamar or like Mahomes, like that, like you can't prepare for some of the stuff they do. And I think that's probably like more aligned with what he's saying. But I said that to say this is that
with like Trevor Lawrence. What would you say he is?
I would say he's like Dak. Like, he's not a game changer or a game manager, but he's good.
Like, I see it like this, right? Like, to your point, Dak is literally one MVP.
Same thing with Joe Burrow, too.
Dak is one MVP away from being in the same class as that Lamar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, Lamar is a dynamic quarterback. He is a game changer, right? Because he could kill you on the feet.
Like Kyler, like, he's a game changer. Like, the players like that.
I think, to me, I'm not saying Dak is like the most groundbreaking quarterback we've seen, but I still believe fully in 110% he's not somebody who's going to manage a game to victory.
Yes.
He's not,
like, and I feel like with game manager, I feel like that's one of those situations where if you have a lead, then the coaches are like, hey, like, hand the ball off, get completion.
When you talk about game manager, you're talking about Blake Bortles.
Yeah, or Brock Purdy's.
I was going to say Brock Purdy.
Like, he's the definition, I feel like, of a game manager because this team.
That boy threw for 350 against Seattle.
His team is. I literally was texting Carlos. I was like, bro, the team is so good that he's the weak link.
Daniel Jones is the game manager.
Maybe that fool's legs are. That's a game changer.
But no, it's not a game changer.
Yes, it is.
How are they still
if
getting beat?
If he can break off an 80-yard run, that's a game changer.
They made the playoffs 1 year, and how long has he been in the league now?
Justin Fields hasn't even made the playoffs. He's a game-changing quarterback.
So what?
You can't prepare for some of the stuff.
Are you just calling dual threat quarterbacks game changers?
I'm saying because Mahomes, I wouldn't even consider him a dual threat. He can run, but he's just a game changer with the way he's able to throw the ball, push the ball down the field, create off-script plays. That to me is like game changing. Like,
okay,
you can't like. If you see, like,
you can't prepare for him throwing fucking levitating off the ground sidearm 80 down.
No, for sure. Like,
you
just can't agree with that. I agree with that aspect of game changing, but I don't see that when I look at Daniel Jones.
I see
Justin Fields has a prospect of being that, obviously, but I don't see that in Daniel Jones. Nothing is telling me Daniel Jones is more of a game changer than Dak Prescott
but he's
is.
had games where he's ran for over 100 yards. If you're getting that from a QB, like no QBs are doing that.
Dak Prescott has led the league in multiple statistics for multiple of years as a quarterback, which is impressive in today's day and age. But my point being is that's game changing to me.
Were they not throwing the ball in 4 quarters trying to come back?
Who?
Dak.
I mean, it depends on the year you're talking about.
Like I would say,
but he has won games. Is my point.
But I would say this year is more impressive because they're winning. The Cowboys are winning.
Obviously, yes.
And y'all are having leads in games, so he's putting up impressive numbers without having to.
The Seahawks game did stick out to me though because we were down and then we did come back and win that game.
Yeah,
I think the only game that it hasn't looked good on him this year was obviously against Arizona. That's the one that killed me, and then San Francisco's an outlier.
Bad against the Cardinals.
Those 2 games,
both of those games.
the 2 games, our team just in general played terrible, right?
Wait, who else did y'all
We
lose
don't
to?
talk about those games, right?
Eagles. First time in Philly. 3.
Eagles, Cardinals, and Niners.
And our whole team played terrible against both the Cardinals and the Niners.
Those games, okay? Don't bring them up.
You got to acknowledge them, bro. It is what it is at this point. We haven't just looked back since those games. Is my point. You know what I'm saying? Like
since the Charger game because we didn't play good against the Chargers. We won, but we didn't play great
that's
against them.
all we needed. And then we went into that bye week, and we came out. Even going to Philadelphia and losing how we lost, that was like again to me.
That's
like,
not a bad loss.
It's not.
But like the Cardinals loss was bad because they didn't even have Kyler, and they're just not good. And then the 49ers loss, it was just like y'all just got smacked. It is what it is.
It's the best team in the NFL arguably right now.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like,
it's kind of hard.
But still, like y'all match up with them. Y'all have,
like if I was talking to somebody at work today. Yeah, well, it's us Eagles and them. We're all 10-3.
Technically the 2 seed.
I was talking to somebody at work today, and I was like, the way we look right now, we can beat anybody in the NFL, including the 49ers.
I've been trying to tell your dad.
For sure.
I've been trying to tell your dad.
But so do the 49ers because they look great too.
I mean, again, I think they're the best team in the NFL right now. They
are.
Without a doubt.
It's them. I would say it's them, y'all, then like the Ravens. Probably.
I would agree.
10-3 as well.
I think the Dolphins.
I think the Ravens are better than them.
For sure.
We'll find out because the Ravens play the 49ers in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And we play the Dolphins in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, again, we have the Cowboys. I think what's really going to make the difference, I know we've been, again, obviously like getting into this, but I think what's going to make the difference essentially is just how we finish the season, right?
For sure.
We have one of the hardest strength of schedules for the back half of our season.
I did look at it. I was like, ooh,
hey, bro, it's terrible.
It's
we're
hard.
in Buffalo, we're in Miami, and then we're home for Detroit.
Yeah, all those teams are good.
And then we have the watch out game at the end of the season against the Commanders. I don't care what anybody says, bro.
Yeah, it's a division rival.
It's a division rivalry.
Even if we blew them out on Thanksgiving, who's to say that we like?
And it's on the road.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
You can't.
One of the worst
in
fields,
January.
One of the worst fields in the NFL.
The worst field in NFL
honestly,
history.
That game,
this field took Joe Burrow's knee, Robert Griffin III's knee.
Depending on the seating,
Like,
if y'all like already have a seating locked up,
RG3.
if y'all have a seating locked up, y'all should not start players in that.
But no, there's.
If we can be the one seed, yes.
Be any season lock up until the end of the season.
No,
I'm being honest.
With how good the NFC is this year alone, bro, it's gonna be tough.
I would say the top 3 teams because everybody below is all 6 and 7.
But everybody, there's still a crazy possibility that everybody just somehow us 49ers and the Eagles included just crap the bed and we look at a 10-4 Detroit at the top of the league.
Bears
like,
might make the playoffs too.
I'm not worried about them right now.
yeah,
I'm saying for the number 1 seed at
5-8.
least.
Yeah.
There's 4 teams that are realistically still in contention. The Lions, who have the lowest chance, us at the 3rd highest, Eagles at the 2nd highest, 49ers at the 1st.
The Eagles schedule was cake. Besides that Seahawks
Well,
game.
because they opened up with the gauntlet. They got lucky with that.
So and they did realistically they did relatively good. The only 2 losses coming to for our sakes, right? The Cowboys and the Jets.
Yeah, we got to stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Zach Wilson, AFC Player of the Week.
Hey. This is Cowboy fans and Oklahoma fans shaking hands over CeeDee Lamb.
I'm low key a Cowboys fan.
Oh, we know.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to get that bar off.
But anyways, I had said that because I was saying like a clip like that. If we wanted to touch on that and we talk about it like I don't know, we released a clip on Friday. Nobody's talking about that anymore. So but that's like a key like this discussion. Like that's like a key clip, engaging conversation that you could post online and people could relate with. Be like I don't know, Opinionated Media's take on Cam Newton's clip about game managing quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah. That clip could go crazy. But it's like trying to find the medium between like feeling like, oh, we got to cover this shit right away. Or just, like knowing how to piece our content to where when you do speak on it, it can kind of relate.
And then it's hard. It's also hard for it to come from something like this because they could be looking for the whole video at that point. And this video's not going to come out until 3 or 4 weeks from today.
You know what I'm saying?
Not today, but from Friday.
You drop a nice little teaser trailer, and people are like,
Where's the rest of it?
you know what I mean?
You can't.
You gotta balance kind of like the line between the two, because in 3 to 4 weeks, are people even gonna care about Cam Newton and his take on game management
People aren't even
quarterbacks?
care
Well,
about it
maybe
tomorrow.
because
Right.
he's
Exactly.
been, maybe because he's been relevant just because of the stuff he's been saying on his with
okay.
his podcast show.
Absolutely, and absolutely right. But again, to your point, everything is still all relative within the scope
Yeah.
of time in the day and age we live
Yeah.
in, right? Everybody has short-term memory.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, back to y'all. One thing I want to ask y'all. I guess I'll start with you first. What for going into next year? Is there anything that Cam and I can do to like help y'all on y'all's content journey, or like take workload off of y'all to make y'all's work life easier?
Honestly, no. I think
they're asking this on the internet. This is
feedback would
serious.
probably be good. Like, you know, like tell me what I can do better, and just like tell me what I can do better, or what you think I should do. Like, if this looks like you want this to look like that, or that look like this, and I could probably do it and switch it up with like how y'all want me to do it, not just my style. Because everybody's different, has like different tastes and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like any feedback
You
really
want
would
more
help
feedback?
me. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Steve?
Sorry, I'm getting the water bottle.
Good job, Steve.
Hey. That's a good question, bro. Man, just walk with me. Be honest with me, right? Keep me accountable. Y'all are my brothers, right? I got real life love for y'all. So more or less, y'all know me, right? Y'all know how I am. You know my mannerisms. You know where my heart is at. Just keep me accountable. I'm kind of in the same boat as Lon, man. You know, if you guys see something that you guys would like me to take a jab at, you guys see an area I can improve in, and you guys feel like you could give, obviously, what you have. Don't get me wrong, by any means of the measure. You guys have done obviously a lot for me since I've came back down to Austin and walking me in the direction that I'm supposed to be in when it comes to Opinionated. So, and just in life in general, outside of the group, right? Like you guys obviously hold it down. So I feel like this is stereotypical, but just keep doing what y'all are doing, because whether or not you guys realize that you guys are planting the right seeds in the right soil, pause, and watering it to a point to where I can at least
We can't say nothing no more.
Facts. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all are doing the right things for me and what I need to hear, bro, and the guidance I need within my life. Just as friends in general, and then obviously for what we do with Opinionated. So I wouldn't say change a thing if I'm just being real with y'all, bro. Y'all already do more than enough, and it's just more so I feel like me that needs to capitalize on that.
No, I just wanted to ask you because I mean, going forward, like as y'all can see, the places getting empty, so the days are slowly coming, but they're coming. And
I'm still stressing out about it,
yeah,
bro. I don't even live here
and
no
I just
more.
wanted to make sure that the next transition in Opinionated's life is smooth sailing. Whether if
Absolutely.
it's us having to work all virtual for just say 6 months,
Yeah.
a year, whatever the case is, that everything is a smooth process and we still handle business. So I just wanted everything just to go smooth, and that's why I just asked y'all.
I got to be real intentional, bro.
Do we get to sign that again?
No, sir.
Not again. But no, I think
not again.
I think what like piggybacking off of what Carl said, it's very key. Like, I don't know, especially for like me personally, like with me moving, change of scenery, just more focus. I got some stuff in my life coming up with like, you know, locking in with the CPA and you know, working on business and then like still working on this and like trying to get into a studio, especially for like me and Carlos. It's one of those things where, I mean, I was literally talking to Kat. I was like, man, me and Carlos literally started recording this off his iPhone back in the day. And like the fact that we're able to meet all these guests, get these big guests on, and then eventually transition into some other content. We're just kind of holding off on some things until we can get more resources or to replace. So that like this transition, like I keep saying phase 3, like this is huge for us. Cause I do think we have a big opportunity and window, especially within these next 2 years while no one has like kids or if, you know, anything like that. Everyone's kind of in that stage where they have more free time to really push and move the brand in a certain direction. And I think if we lock in for real, like the next year, our life's going to change a lot, not only with the brand, but us being able to get into a studio, being able to do stuff. And then even like you said, doing things virtually, like we need to make it a point to try to get in Discord once a week. Just to talk, you know,
absolutely.
catch up on ideas, being there for like 30 minutes, an hour in and out.
GP.
Meeting outside of shooting, like you said in the meeting, like having intentional like nights together where it's like, hey, like we're gonna all go to the movies. We're gonna get 10 seats at the movie theater. We're gonna just do something where it's like kind of like team building type stuff. So I think that all that stuff will be key, and it'll just kind of show that it's like we're friends at the end of the day. Like, yeah, if we're getting our stuff done, cool, but we also need to be intentional with like how we're hanging out outside of this. You know?
And I think, like I said, I think we that's what's gonna make it more interesting to me, because you look at how we've been doing that these past. Y'all have been here now for 3 years, 3 years, 3 years,
3 years.
Right? You look at the past 3 years, right? And this place served as kind of like a multi-purpose function, right?
Yes.
People can make content here. People could hang out here. People could spend time. Like, it served a lot of purposes, bro. And the convenience of now having that gone raises the perspective that, you know, now you have to really find out how to be intentional with your time. You have to really be like, okay, well, you know, we're gonna go to Cam and Kat's crib, but we're just gonna spend time. We're not gonna pick up any cameras. We're not gonna do anything crazy. We're gonna go and we're gonna have a movie night at y'all's crib, right? Or, you know, we're deciding to go out and do a night in Austin trying wine at, you know, the new RSVP spot. You know what I'm saying?
Food trucks
But
and whatnot.
you know, we're gonna go, you know, and that's everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because it's hard you have to be more intentional about it. You can't just do all that stuff here now. You have to go out and be purposeful with the time that, okay, well, you know, I'm not just going to see everybody at HQ like I typically would. You know, we all have to go out of our way to, hey, y'all, we're going to do this here, all right? And then we have this to shoot, and then we have this. Like, you have to be intentional
And
with.
then, like, having set deadlines.
Yeah,
too.
bro. Like,
I feel
you know,
that'll be key to, like, just keep everybody accountable.
you got to operate now more efficiently with your time and your execution. Because I'm not going to lie, this is like, I see 1313 as like the training rules of Opinionated in a sense.
No,
because
for sure.
everything really blossomed here.
Yes.
But now what comes next is, can we sustain what you guys have now just developed into this beautiful platform without having the convenience of being in one place, in one area, in one space? Everybody here, everything is just is here. This was the studio essentially, you know what I mean?
It was.
Like, in all intents and purposes. So now once this is gone, how do you maneuver that efficiently and intentionally?
Yeah.
All right, so 2023, wrapping it up. 2024, going into the new year. We've already
Said 2023, wrapping it up.
2024 going into the new year. What are some things y'all would like? What are some things y'all would like to do? Within Opinionated Media that are different that we haven't done so far? Like, any ideas, don't say too much, you know, I don't want people getting our stuff, but is there anything you want to like do specifically, or you think we could do specifically to kind of change the game?
Oh man, it's asking me to be innovative right now. That's
I really like we
crazy.
should do some like street interviews. Like,
Good
just
thing
like,
I'm always innovative.
Well, I mean, I do want to do more of the tailgates.
Absolutely.
oh yeah, those are
Same.
cool.
But I
Absolutely.
just,
Logistically.
yeah, logistically, it's a lot.
We need
because
to-
you just can't do Texas every week. You
you
know,
need to do
like, yeah, it's cool to hit all the schools, but like, I want to go to like a Auburn, Alabama, or like a LSU A&M, or like a Florida State, like something like that, bro.
so then what you do,
Like
I
a
feel
tour.
like within
Like
that
a
sense,
tour.
or like a Georgia, Oklahoma, like stuff like that.
you have to be, I feel like what you do specifically is, in that case, I feel like you look at next season schedule, you take 4 games specifically, you know, you could probably manage spread out across the year, and you make experiences and videos out of those, right? So like you could start off with like like obviously Texas has a really big football game here, and that's Texas versus Georgia. Boom, that's already first opportunity. Even if you don't get to watch the game in the stadium,
You can at least go to the tailgate.
Go to the
And then,
tailgate.
like,
too.
Yeah.
And then capture
Well,
bar
that's what
experiences
the-
with your
Yeah,
phone.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
like,
what the whole
just
thing was supposed
get
to
to
like
see-
be about, you know?
So like
Yeah.
something like continue to do that, but you know, it's gonna be easier to go to a game like, for me personally, and this is just a sick bar. Colorado comes to Baylor next year, so like that would be an experience.
Well, that Colorado goes to Tech too.
You know what I mean?
So, like, a game like that.
That's another game,
That'll
right?
be a better game because Texas a little more like rowdier
Hey,
than
bro,
y'all.
hey,
Not in a bad way. They just,
hey,
I mean, that's just how
the
they
slide
are.
shots over here, bro. I feel
know?
them. I feel
Yeah,
them.
it
That's
would be a
crazy.
better
That's crazy. That's all right.
from an entertainment
Just-
standpoint.
and
Just wait.
the atmosphere too.
The atmosphere, maybe, but just wait. Hold on now. Hey, look, don't think Waco can't get rowdy. Look,
All y'all do is run out the tunnel. Like,
Well, damn fans.
That's
Get
it.
your ass on the goddamn.
Yeah, they give them
bleachers.
yellow shirts.
That's all
Get
right.
on the bleachers,
You know what them
goddammit.
yellow shirts got us in the last few years? A Big 12 championship. All right, stop being a hater. Just
I'm
be
not
an
hating, I'm just
appreciator.
saying.
All right.
I don't have nothing against Baylor now.
I don't either.
Y'all are not the opposite.
I never had anything.
I never had anything against Baylor either.
Yeah, you did.
That was y'all
Only because
too.
of you.
You had something
So I
against
had to
us
just let you
when we
know.
beat you in Waco 2 years ago. That's a different story. I digress.
But no, I get what you're saying because Josh Pate has the Every Given Saturday tour, and I think Book It Sports, like LC and them, they had
Yes.
a Wish You Were Here, You Should Have Been Here, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like for those, like if we were to make that really work and how we really wanted to do it, that's probably going to be some years in advance. Maybe we can do like 2 or 3 schools a season.
But then
Because
you
it just
make
has
those.
to get funded.
We
but
need to
then-
get,
Like they're getting funded to do that.
yeah,
Okay.
and like we'd have to buy because realistically, like we'd want to go to the game probably, so we'd have to get tickets up front, hotel, travel, food.
And you just, like, record the game with your phone.
We need like a crew too, like to be honest, like
Then you stay. So you stay
to be
local.
camera people.
Right, and I get that. So you stay local because again, how we did it
The tech
last year, Texas and the Tech game, I think were both phenomenal videos.
Yeah.
I think they played out very well. I think there's things that could have been improved on, but I still
Yeah,
think
definitely.
the quality of the video was great, regardless.
Yeah.
It was good for like the first.
You know what I'm
go
saying?
around.
So you continue to, not if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what you have was really good. Keep working on it. Do a Texas game, obviously, because we live in Austin. You have other schools in the area that are good. SMU is going
Yeah.
to be in the ACC
Even
next
like
year.
the A&M Texas,
Bro, AM
I'm
like
going to game
Carlos,
next year.
if he
I'm going
brave
to
enough to
game.
walk around in College Station.
that. But that's what I'm saying,
That
bro.
boy
Like,
Jalen said, "Don't wear burn orange." What? Stand tall for my boys. I stand tall for them. I'm wearing burn orange anywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what I think you do, like, obviously,
Exactly.
I know you guys care about the game of ball, so you want to do the big games, you want to do the meaningful games,
Yeah.
right? Let that come in time. Start local. Start with the games that, again, obviously, do your big game like your Georgia Texas. Do your big game like your Texas A&M. Do a game like, since again SMU is in the ACC next year. do
UTSA too.
Clemson.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
I mean, even if you're
UTSA.
gonna drive 6 hours to Lubbock, you can drive to Baton Rouge and go to watch LSU.
That's what I'm saying. Like those games aren't crazy. Like
Yeah.
take advantage of what you have. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of what you have right
I think
now.
the hard part for us is also at the end of the day, I feel like we would still have to rent equipment, at least lenses, because
even bodies maybe.
yeah, like even better bodies to get just better color. Because
if you're gonna be in the stadium, yes.
no, even outside the stadium, this lens isn't gonna cut it. Like
Oh,
it's
hell
just
no.
not. It's not. It's just not a good lens.
And
It's
Albert
just a
was
stock
recording all of
lens.
the content at the
Albert
UT
was-
game, right?
Yeah, but
Albert
he was a
was-
one
yeah.
man. He was a one man. Like realistically, for these videos to probably be efficient, you probably need like
At least three cameras
camera people.
and 3 good lenses. Which Albert has a good lens, but he'll probably be swapping lens. I have a good lens, and then depending on if he has a lens or not, we would have to rent a lens. And then I don't think Alex has a 24-70. I think it's something else.
Yeah.
We would have to rent him a lens as well, and that's not including the body. And then that's not also including, like, if Albert doesn't go, we'll probably have to rent a body to have another camera
Yeah.
for somebody else to film and a lens on top of that. So it's
Then audio.
it's not
it's
a
a little
lot
too
of money,
much.
but it's just more money that we have to shell out.
No, for
that's
sure.
my problem with it.
I just think you work in the same sense with what you got, right? The road mics did a great job when we went.
Yeah, I did really good, especially with the mic we had where you can like, record with.
Exactly.
It was
I
good
think
quality.
even with everything we had set up at that time, I still think it's more than enough. I just think you work with what you got because even on a video like that, we had a lot of love and it did. I think, in my opinion, really good. Quality was great. Video did great. I think everything about that video was great. I could be biased, but just looking at a video like of that quality in general,
Nah, it's definitely a lot better than like. I guarantee you, when we made it, people probably did not expect that.
Exactly.
I
I
think
look like that.
I think what
Exactly.
hurt the video was there not being another one out.
what do you mean?
Like that was the only video of like the tailgate series.
You did.
Well,
We did two of
We
them.
did two.
We did two.
Technically,
And so
I did the tech one,
So if you could, like I'm saying, like,
but
if
it
some-
wasn't like. I'm trying to think. We did. Bama was week 2, and then Tech. They played Tech week 4.
Something like
Yes.
that.
So it was
Yeah.
like, but I think we didn't like have another one like
Yeah.
the fall. Like he said, like the next week. I feel like with those, you got to be like,
Because people look
they
forward
like
to those.
stuff.
Like,
Absolutely.
the boys are 98.
yes,
yeah,
Like,
I
week,
think
weekly, bro. They're posting a different college.
for sure. Which
You know?
again, they get paid to do that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's in there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like for something like opinionated, how you market it, how you roll it out is, hey, we're gonna go to 4 games this year. We're gonna surprise y'all with them. Just know that these games are going to be on these weekends. You're going to see us there at these times, and you stick to that schedule. Again, you stick within your means, right? So just because we can't maybe hit all of them doesn't mean we should stop hitting any of them. I'm just saying you plan it out throughout the season because there's more than an availability again. Like even again, Texas State is a school that's trending upward that we all like watching this year. UTSA, right?
Yeah.
The University of Texas, and they're going to be playing A&M. They got Georgia coming here. You have a school like Colorado coming to Baylor, which you may not care about Baylor, but it's a school like Colorado coming to
TCU,
Baylor.
SMU, and the ACC.
Utah, and Arizona in the Big 12. You can take advantage of these games in your area and just say, hey, we're going to go visit X amount of games, guess which games they are, and then do what you do with it.
For me, I think this is my personal thing. Obviously, as a we'll talk about it as a team, but I think I want to hold off on it another year.
Yeah.
I think I want to go to games and film to get the experience. And the biggest thing for me is the reason I want to hold off is because Albert edited that one video.
Yes.
We need all of those videos to look like that one video, so they're not all different videos. So everybody needs to learn how to either edit or edit to that degree.
Yeah. Would you not just hire a outside editor for something
You
else?
can, but that's more money that we got to
also-
spend.
It's also more money that we got to spend, and it's also like
It's not cheap.
everyone's editing.
I'm not saying
everyone's
that.
editing styles is different too.
Yeah,
That's
because
my
like,
thing, too.
like for realistically, like someone like Matt, like he would be a huge tool for us to have for these type of videos because he's used to shooting sports, he's used to shooting that type of content. But that like even then, even though he's the boy, like we want to compensate him, whatever. So it's like stuff like that. Like he says, it's more and more resources, and I feel like he said, if we can hold off on it, build a brand, and then get some kind of funding or whatever to be like, hey, we have this idea. Somebody might be like, oh, here's money to go to 4 games, but that's money we don't got to pay. You know?
Facts. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my reps
said
in
the
next year. When I
what?
go
So
to
we
these
need
high
that
school games.
Michigan money. You feel me?
That is crazy.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Connor Stallings.
Yeah,
over there.
no.
Yeah, but
You talking about that 82K, your grad assistant money?
But we went off topic. But what is something that y'all think that we can do to excel in next year?
I gave an answer. So your turn.
Oh, you did.
What was your answer?
Like street interviews, like just like
Street
go
interviews.
around like talking to
Yeah,
friend
that's what
people.
kinda
That's what.
stemmed
Yeah,
into
that's what.
the
Yeah,
tone.
that's what
that's
kicked
how
out
it's
that.
been, yeah.
Damn. Probably what I said earlier about being intentional with time. Like, I don't think the quality will take a drop off, nor the output or the consistency. I don't think anything we're doing is going anywhere anytime soon, to be honest, in terms of our output in any standard. But I just think like the only thing I would like to see from you guys, I guess, and obviously, like I said, y'all have been heading this thing now for a minute, is bro, just be as intentional outside as friends as we are as a company in this. So like again, everything I said earlier, bro, making time outside of OP to hang out with everybody and actually it being everybody, like everybody. Why are
you looking at me when it says
Means
it?
you-
Why
'cause
else
don't
would I
like to
look
come
at you
out.
when I say that, Carlos? Like everybody, but I mean that's just for everybody, bro. I want to see everybody hanging out with each other again.
Yeah.
Whether it be like we could do a game night at their crib, or maybe Zach hosts something at his spot. Again, just for the opinionated members, or we go out and we do something. Like we have to be
even
intentional.
getting dinners,
Yeah, no, once a
like
week,
once a month, or
like we could maybe like if it's an organized event for
like-
sure, we can do something once a month.
Because I was talking to him, I was like, I would like us to do something organized once a month, and then like
And that's to me, that's a minimum.
Yeah.
we're working with each other. We should at least be seeing each other, in my opinion, at least multiple times a month.
yeah,
you know what I
like
mean,
two or three.
bro? Easily.
Yeah.
Are you
Especially-
serious?
Especially with like, because I mean, we all can look at it. It's like Friday night, you can be like, hey, let's all go get some food at this spot, and the dinner could be 2 hours, and then you're about your business.
You know what I mean?
But it's like it is about like planning everything, because I do think, like especially with me and Carlos, I think we both have gotten better, especially towards the back half of the year, about just being more organized. I think
Absolutely.
everyone needs to like have everything on a calendar, like see when stuff's coming up, so then what's coming up in advance. So instead of being like, oh, it's another week, what can I do this week?
Yeah.
But if you're constantly planning monthly or whatever, to like either you got guests to shoot, like for us it was nice because scheduling guests, I could look at the calendar and I'd tell Carlos, I'd be like, all right, this month we have this and this guest this month on these days, so you kind of already know like what to expect. And then if you start booking out your calendar, this is advice, if you start booking out your calendar like pre-booked in advance, you can just schedule around. So it's like, all right, we have these guests, but we can also do other stuff. So
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
me and Carlos, we knew every Monday we had to shoot 54 yards. We knew Wednesdays we were shooting off topics. what we knew on Tuesday, like one Tuesday out of the month, we were shooting a round table. So like the other days we had free, we were either editing or doing something else, or if we could use those days to double shoot or to shoot additional content and stuff. And I think, like you're saying, with being intentional with time, I think like if we have like a shoot day, like all of us need to be like on time.
Yeah.
Like on time, getting there like realistically like 15 minutes early, and then being set up and especially without a studio and stuff, being set up and shot.
Well, even with the studio.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, just because we got to set up, like, it's even more like predicate, but like just being set up and shot and then shooting, and then you're in and out, right? And then just being able more prompt with getting your content done and shot, because you're respecting everyone else's time, especially with us not living together. So we might have other obligations we got to attend to, and then also with deadlines, right? So it's like, hey, like if I'm like, hey, Carlos, like we need a podcast scribed and edited by like Tuesday or Wednesday. So then it gives like either me for my task, it gives me time on the back end, or if Carlos can get ahead, like, hey, I got these 3 pods edited and scribed.
Yeah.
Then he's ahead. So then I'm like, okay, cool, you're ahead. Now I can give you more stuff, or you can do more stuff because we're ahead on like the main thing. And then it kind of frees up time instead of like procrastinating. You know, it's like, oh, I got to get this video out. Damn, let me scramble and put something out. Then I feel like the quality dips, and that's just for everyone. Like quality dips because it's like we're just putting something out for the sake of putting it out and being consistent, which is good.
Yeah.
But I think now, since we're 4 or 5 years in now, especially on me and his end, like me and him, we talked after our last off topic. Like that was like our last guest for the year.
Yeah.
And we've been sending examples back and forth to each other about how we want to revamp the pod, like in a way to make it less robotic, more free flowing, more organic, have a better intro.
Absolutely.
Changing, like the quality of it. And if that requires us not posting weekly to get used to it and adjusted, I'm okay with that, because we need to take this stage as, all right, we know we can be consistent. We know we can post for 2 years straight without missing a Friday. Now let's try to put out the best products. So even if we do miss a week, that pod or trailer we put out the following week is so good that people are like, we're growing more just from posting better product, like production.
Again, I've told you, I think that's where it starts. Mm-hmm. And I think that's, if you're not taking the time to do that alone, but again, like at the end of the day, Opinionated is a business. It is a LLC. As you would within your job right now, regardless if you're a student, regardless if you have a 9 to 5, whatever it may be, you handle that with all seriousness and all measure, because it's your job, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's how you pay, it's how you get paid, it's how you make your living. Mm-hmm. Opinionated within the same breath, if we want it to be that, we have to treat it like that, like you would anything else in your life you want to take serious, or you truly want to, you know what I mean? It's just the nature of the game. Yeah. So because I really care about you guys as my friends, and I also respect you as business partners and people I work under, I'm going to take that just as serious, because I know obviously it's you guys that have put that time, that love, that effort, that energy into it, number one. And number two, I also respect you guys as my friends.
I also think too, to touch on that real quick, is I think that's kind of been like the struggle for a lot of us as a collective, is like, obviously, like certain people are going to take it a little bit more serious because it's like we birth it, like we're trying to really make this a reality. And then like you bring in people that want to do it, but it's like knowing the true commitment of how like serious you want to do it. Because it's not for everyone to want to do this for their career or full time, whatever the case may be. But like you're saying, when it's time to work, like switching into work focus and work mode, like busting it, getting busting their ass, getting stuff done. Getting stuff done, all that. I knew that sounded crazy.
That's why he had to drop that pause, though.
Busting it, bro. He said busting it. He emphasized busting it.
But
busting, bro. What?
But just getting everything done in like a prompt manner, and just being respectful of each other, and like actually taking it serious. I feel like there was definitely at times, like in the last couple of years, we're kind of like, we would take it serious, and then like we'd be like, kind of goof off and treat it like a hobby in a way.
I told you this place was like the training wheels for it, because it allowed us to safely do it. It's like a content house in a way, right?
So now it's like, bro, we have something to do. Like, and that's another thing. I personally don't want to be that person where it's like, hey, like you need to like be on your shit. Because I'm just not a micromanaging type of person.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, like I expect people, like if you say you're gonna do something, I just expect you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, did you get this done? I hate that because I hate that shit on my normal
Yeah,
job.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
and that's something that we've talked about just as like individual, just me and him, and that's one of the that's probably like the biggest thing going into next year for us is we just want to make sure everybody has good time management, and whenever it is, if we do get together to make content, like we're on our P's and Q's. We're not bushing around how when we come here for the round table and it's 9 o'clock and we're just barely starting.
Yeah.
Like, no, we said 7 o'clock. We're starting at 7 o'clock. We're going to be done by 9 o'clock at the latest so we can go on and get out. I mean, we're all grown. We all have lives of our own. And we all have stuff that we need to do the next day or that night. I mean, you're done. You start at 9 and you finish at 11. Like, you still got to eat dinner. You still got to go home, shower.
Yeah.
Like,
Got to get ready for the next day. Yeah.
There's still stuff you got to do. So
That's why I tell you, like, that's why you got to be intentional with time and how you spend it, right?
Yeah,
like, if I'm
correct.
spending time with you guys as opinionated, right? Obviously, y'all are still my boys, y'all are my friends. It's not going to change, but it's, you know, there's things that need to be done. There's stuff that needs to be handled, right? Like any other business. But if I'm spending time with you guys outside of this,
Yes.
I'm going to be just as intentional as in I'm not worried about anything opinionated related because I'm hanging out with my boys.
And that's why we got to have those set prompt days of like, this is a day that we get to goof off and have fun and like be boys and friends.
Yeah.
But this, once you enter this time, like, no, clock in, it's time to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to know the difference between the two.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I feel like just being able to do that, it'll make us appreciate more of the quality time because everyone's like knowing they're on their shit, they're handling their shit. So when it is time to, like, for example, with this trip we have coming up, like we busted our ass for, you know, a year plus, like that trip, like, yeah, we're gonna probably talk about opinionated or park car talks or keep it a buck or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But like we're really there just to hang out and like enjoy each other's time and like mentally reset, refocus.
Yeah.
So when 2024 hits, we're grinding, we're locked in, and then when we look up, and that's another thing too, which we're gonna be better about. But it's like how we had that meeting, like having meetings Well, obviously we're gonna meet monthly, but having like a serious meeting quarterly where we discuss like, you know, analytics, like we're gonna set goals. Like if it like everyone, I want everyone to set like 2-3 goals that they could hit, either personal or opinionated related, and even like with the weekly checkups and stuff, like, or the weekly texts and stuff. Like, to me, like there should be no reason why not everyone should respond in that. Like everyone should be able to text. Everyone's on their phone. Like you can spend 3 minutes, 5 minutes to think about your agenda of the week. And you might not have a lot for opinionated to do or whatever. But that also helps everyone know that's like, hey, this person has less on their plate. So maybe if you need help on something, maybe you can speak up, or maybe, you know, even offering that as, you know, because some people might not want to hit you up if you don't offer. But even then it's like, hey, I have a kind of a slower week this week. If anyone needs help with anything, just reach out and I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
You know, just stuff like that. So we're like all like building together instead of it's like sometimes like we're all building and then sometimes like people are kind of coasting and then, you know, it's like everyone like pushing the truck, you know, type deal.
Yeah. That's like probably our big goal between ourselves is being more business structured, because we always say it, like we always say, oh, we need to have more meetings. Oh, me, CJ, and Albert and Carlos need to talk more. Oh, we should do this once a week or whatever the case is, but we never do it, which is on us at the end of the day.
For sure.
But next year, I
We
think
have
that's
a Discord server now, buddy.
for sure.
I don't think everybody's in it though.
Huh?
They're not.
I don't think
We need
everybody's in it.
everyone in
No.
it, and we need to keep messing with it and like just keep tweaking it. So
Yeah,
cool.
But next year we probably do. Not that we need to move more as business oriented and have those meetings between just us four, and then have core meetings within the group as well, just to make sure everybody's on top of doing their things and it's trending in the right direction. Because like you said, we're going in year 5. I feel like this is the year where we should start seeing trajectory in everybody's content, and then also bringing in revenue of some sort, because we've been doing it too long to like not bring in revenue. And then we know that we are capable and have the talent to bring in the revenue as well.
yeah, and even if that's just like us editing for people, you know, like I got off a call yesterday and he was like, hey, what could I do for you to help you out? And I was like, if you know anybody that like needs podcasts edited or shot or clips, like send them our way. We have a big enough team to where everyone's capable of editing whatever, especially because that's like, honestly, that stuff's like very simple.
Yeah.
And like editing that type of stuff. So that way we're able to bring more money in, and it's like we need a lens, or if something breaks, or if we need to pay for a collection of merch. We're not having to come out of pocket as much. That helps everyone out in the long run. Or even if getting a studio, it's like, dude, we don't got to worry about studio rent. Then you're going to be even more fired up to actually start building the bank account and, you know, start instead of like taking from it. It's like, damn, we have no money, like, because we're always paying bills for the business instead of like actually starting to, you know, keep a balance sheet, profit and loss, all that stuff. And I think, that all that stuff is just super important with just like business structure. And that's the thing, like none of us are business experts by any means. And we have like none of us have built an 8-figure business or anything like that, but we also are in the process of doing that.
Yeah, we're all learning together.
And I do think there's like stuff that we learn at our like 9 to 5s that we can implement into what we're doing. Obviously, we're doing this to get out of that, but there is a reason why corporate jobs are the standard and why they're so successful. There's a reason why like structure is important.
Yeah,
I do think that people like want to be an entrepreneur because of the freedom and stuff, but you need like real structures still to like accomplish your goals. Like you're still working for yourself, but like if you're just kind of like, oh, I work for myself, I'm my own boss, so I can just do shit whenever, then you won't be successful either.
Yeah.
So
Is there anything that y'all have already set for y'all for next year going forward? Like even if it's like early Q1, because I was texting Bash yesterday, and then we're just talking, and then I told him that I next year I'm probably going to set more small goals rather than big goals, and then just hit those small goals. But is there anything that y'all have going forward for next year?
Like just in life or
It can be with the opinionated or life in general.
my goals? Oh, honestly, budget better. Graduate, obviously. Learn the camera more. Do more like all the sports content, not just like football or anything. And that's about it. Honestly, I still got to do my 24 goals, and I'll figure it out as like before the year ends at least.
I think.
Go to church more.
oh yeah.
I mean, I like where I'm at. I like where I'm going. I think I'm kind of building upon a lot of the principles I would like to just continue to see reciprocated in 2024. So that's kind of for the rest of the year, at least, figuring out what purposeful and meaningful content looks like to me. Doubling down on that, and then obviously revamping some of the things that me and Cam have already been working on, and just and then again, personal content. In terms of at least opinionated, just personal content, what I can deliver on. You guys already know what I have in the works for Opinionated Sports. Obviously, keep working on that because as much as we talk about sports and as much as we love sports, there's obviously an investment that can be made into that consistently. I feel like that can significantly help that aspect grow. I just feel like I love, especially with football more than anything else.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's kind of just where like that main love lies. Basketball,
Yeah.
of course, but like when it comes to football, like I feel like my knowledge and my understanding of the game and how much I pay attention to it, I feel like I definitely can contribute, especially with what I'm doing now. But that's more of an overall aspect, at least with this video. But just in general, like I feel I have the opportunity to really contribute to something like that very significantly. So that's gonna obviously content-wise be a big focus, and whatever I can do to push that channel. Obviously bringing back what I was, but again making it spiritual and meaningful and something I feel like provides purpose. Right. I'm trying to adjust that to my faith. How can I produce content that is a reflection of what God's rule is on my life? And that's just, again, a general thing.
Yeah.
I don't really, I don't want to just push out anything anymore just to push it out.
Yeah.
That's just not how I'm moving.
I feel like all your content's been purposeful. Maybe not the gaming content, but at least like the Sunday soliloquy.
No, those
and
are all
stuff like
reps.
that.
Everything has been reps.
Yeah,
So
I feel like those are purposeful though. Like you give good videos and have good structure.
For sure.
all
And
this
I don't think the
that.
quality is a bad thing by any means of the measure. I think more so about what the content itself is. You know what I mean? Me and Cam were talking about brands earlier, right? And I think the interesting thing about how brands are the way they are, aside from like the corporate capitalism that is America, that's a different story. I think brands are so big because they have a meaning and a purpose behind them, right? And the people who have created these things, you know, whether it be something like obviously Link, right? And that boy Philip, whether it be something like Optic and Hex, right? Dreamer and Austin, right? Opinionated and Cam and Carlos and the rest of the boys, you dig?
Yeah.
Everything has a purpose and a vision behind it that's been executed because of what these people believe the purpose of it brought and the impact that they believe it can have. And I would like myself to be a reflection of that, because when I look at a lot of the brands I respect, a lot of the things, I feel like I take inspiration from, or the things I genuinely take notes from, I see that passion, I see that purpose, I see moving within reason and moving within something that kind of reflects your character and who you are. And again, for me, a big part of that is my faith too. So, and I feel like I can deliver on that. I feel like I can move in the same kind of sense that, not in kind of, I feel like I can move in that sense of bringing purposeful, genuine, intuitive, intentional content to whatever forefront it may be. So that's what I want Roo to represent, bro, at least on that personal level. And then I obviously want that to reflect onto Opinionated when I work on the sports content and I deliver a fire documentary piece, or I come every time I come step up to the plate whenever you guys need me for whatever it may be. I'm, you guys are like, damn, this man Steve has really been on his P's and Q's. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's the expectation that needs to be set. And that's, it's kind of just like, I hate to compare it to this, but it's like, you're like being a football fan and, you have this expectations for your program because they're a great program and they're supposed to do all these good things because of who they are and what they do and the coaches they have and stuff like that. It's the same expectation for me, bro. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. It's not a matter of if, who, what, when. It's just a matter of doing it, So that's it. Personal and opinionated. It's just time to do it, bro. I know what I'm capable of, and I want to make sure that everything I'm doing is reflectful of, my religion and my character of who I am as a man and as an individual.
I mean, that's kind of all I have for y'all. I mean, I'm proud of the work that you've especially done this year. I mean,
Thank you.
Didn't miss a beat all year. You put, like you said, 3 to 4 videos out a week, and that no matter how short or long the video is, that's a lot.
Absolutely.
I had to keep it under the minute because I feel like people like get bored over a minute. So I
That's
try.
also like the
preset for a lot
the
of
cap
Yeah.
for YouTube. Really, like Instagram and TikTok, you can do longer short form videos, but on shorts right now, it's like a minute,
bro.
Yeah, I try to keep it
Yeah.
like under a minute so like people don't get bored out.
Yeah. And then you gotta go find the footage, put the footage in, see what you want to keep
Put
in,
that
take
font
out.
on.
Yeah. So I commend you for that, and I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you for growing in the way that you grew this year. Outside and inside of Opinionated.
Yeah.
As well. I hope this coming up here, not only with Opinionated but with Roo, you put what you want to put out, and that you enjoy making the videos that you are making.
It's not a double down, bro. I don't think there's any better way to say it, but I appreciate y'all more than y'all know for sure. I've already told y'all that. I don't have to sit here in front of a camera and say that, but
Yeah.
that's just, y'all are my boys, man. That's real life. So
Yeah.
obviously I appreciate both of y'all for this opportunity and this chance. And I'm not even gonna say I can't wait to make y'all proud, because it's not about that. It's more so just showing y'all now through my actions what the investment y'all made looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just time to get to that action, bro. I mean, that's all really I can say. I'm excited, obviously, because boys are about to be today's the 13th. So what is it? 17 days from now? 17 days from now? Yeah. Did we get there the 30th?
Yeah.
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get rowdy.
You know what I'm saying? I try to tell Carlos, bro. You know what I'm saying? On a lighthearted note, I try to tell Carlos, bro, we're gonna get my man feeling good. We're gonna get him right for this Texas game. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta help my man feel good, man. It's the first playoff game. You know what I mean? Like
I need to be sober as can be watching that game, and then during it, that's when it might start happening. Hey,
I'll be there with you. Don't worry.
we're getting our ass kicked. All right, where's the another? Give me another.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
that boy gonna see Roo Lon go for 100 yards and go stupid.
And I'm a stick Roo.
I need that, But realistically, like, just wanted to say proud of both of you. It was a lot of growth, a lot of strain, a lot of sweat equity put into this thing to really get it to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And I think right now, for the first time, really, that I think everyone is dialed, locked in, ready to go for the next year.
Yeah.
Because I think we all kind of know what kind of time it is now, moving out, different phases. We also just know, like, not to say, like, obviously, if you keep doing this, it'll blow up or stuff will happen or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this window we have of not having families, not being married, it's other things like that. That window is starting to streak slowly and surely. Like, I'm not saying like
it's quicker for y'all than it is for us.
No, I'm just saying you just never know.
just
We're
getting
just getting
older.
older.
I mean,
so,
yeah.
like,
it's just
We're all 26, 27 years old.
it's
Like,
growth. I mean, it's life, right?
Yeah.
So,
So like, and
I get it.
and that's the thing. Like, I was talking, shout out to the boy Mikey Sheridan, but I was talking to him, and he was just like, "Bro, like, I just hang out with my daughter. my girl and like work on my business and keep like my friends and company I want around me. And I feel like, especially for me this year, like there's going to be a sacrifice in a capacity, and it might be something that you might have to put down for a while, get to it later, or there might be like something that you were doing with your time. Because I think everyone has the time to really do whatever they feel like doing, whatever's purposeful. You have time to do it. And if this is something that everyone wants to do, I think, why not? That's what I always tell people. Why not lock in for a year with it and see what it does?
Yeah.
You know, if it's something you don't want to do, but you know you put everything into it for a year and you're like, I just don't think it's for me, that's fine. Completely understand that. But I truly don't think everyone has done that. And I think once everyone really does that, I think it'll be a game changer. And I think we'll really take off, because what we're doing is super special. Like most people do stuff on their own or with a few people. The fact that not only me, Carlos, and Albert were able to start this, but then bring CJ along, bring all the PCT along, y'all as well to help join, Kat, etc. And everyone is bought in and doing this without money, real anything being, shown, without us having like a studio. It's a lot easier to get on the train when stuff's rolling, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's a lot easier for people to be like, oh, like I'm down to come to y'all's studio now, or oh, I'm down to get on y'all's podcast now because you get a big guest on, or people that never support you. We shoot a podcast with someone popping and they're like all about it, right? But knowing like what it took to get there and just knowing like what we can do, it's special. And I'm really excited just to see everyone's growth, including myself, and just see what we can do this time next year. If everything falls right, hopefully this time next year we're shooting it in a place that we can call home for content and in a workspace. So at least like just being more intentional, holding everyone accountable. I wrote it down actually because we had like a work conference. Hopefully I got the right note. But my CEO, he said, what did he say? Oh, he said, like he's just talking about the firm and the company and stuff. And he was like, you got to have a playbook for the year. Playbook is like, you get a man to fish. The next year, you got to teach a man to fish. The next year, the man that you taught to fish teaches the other person to fish. So it just compounds. It all builds. It all rolls over. And he also said, like, you can't be afraid to hold everyone accountable. Like, accountability is important. If you're not being honest with people and like showing and like just giving honest feedback, then you don't really want this to grow or whatever it is in any capacity. So, be honest with people. Obviously, don't hurt people's feelings and shit, but like, be honest with people. Tell them if something's on your mind. If we've sent stuff in the group chat and if it doesn't look a certain way, it doesn't look right, we got to be critical of each other, because especially once we start offering services, people are like, hey, we can shoot this for you. And if we're not even getting it right ourselves, then like, that's just like lack of credibility from like a logistical standpoint.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm excited for everyone. I hope to, for us to just keep grinding, keep growing, and obviously, stuff's going to happen in life. There's going to be shakeups. There's going to be hookups.
Wow.
There's going to be hiccups. My bad.
Wow.
There's going to be shakeups. There's going to be hiccups.
Oh, wow.
And there's going to be, obstacles that happen and arise.
Interesting. Interesting.
There's going to be obstacles that happen and arise.
It was you that drank that Don Julio, right?
It was me.
Sure.
That boy Cam said last night we let the liquor
So
talk.
that vodka might be getting them.
That's
Anyways.
that boy definitely not in neutral right now. I'll tell you that.
This shit is water.
That's a word to
That
this.
boy shifting gears out here.
It is water.
That shit's water.
That boy.
Realistically, like, there's going to be stuff that happens, but just communicate,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all friends and we understand stuff, and there's gonna be times where people are gonna need some help, right? Slack, but that's why we have a big team, and hopefully we're able to continue to add to the team with people we trust and are invested into their vision, and also put in their sweat equity as well.
Absolutely.
to join this thing. So
But last but not least, is there anything that you have for us before we hit this off, or any shout out you want to give?
No, but to add on to what you said about like locking in and dialing in, like, why not lock in for like 2 years and have fun for the rest of your life? Not like work hard for the rest of your life and then like only like
Enjoy 2 years
half-ass
of
and
your
everything.
life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, lock in for 2 years and have fun the rest of your life. Then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk
Yeah,
that
no.
shit, big dog. Yeah.
Nah, for sure, man. Like, that's what it's always about. Like, lock in right now, bro, and you can do this full time and create opportunities and meet people that you never thought you would meet just because you believed in something that you started. And then you're not only taken care of financially, but you also have the freedom and the opportunity to wake up and do something you like doing every day instead of something you don't like doing every day.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, and age is just a number. I mean, Gary Vee took him when he was 30 years old before he really got going. I mean, for me, Hex is a big inspiration. He took over Optic when he was 29.
Yeah.
And they didn't really get going until his in his 30s, and he already had a daughter and all this and that. Like, bro, it is.
I
gotta
think
keep the ball rolling,
like I mean,
bro.
anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there's been people we've seen that have done it from a young age, but that doesn't mean that the success for us is limited there. You know what I mean? Like, we could have a good year next year, and then by the time we're all 33, 34, we could have our best year ever, and like we're all, you know, millionaires, or we all have a business that's established, and we have workers for us, and you know, like our life is set. Like I'm saying, like you never know what happens, but again, faith without works is dead. If you don't apply what you're saying or apply what you're supposed to be practicing and just taking care of the little things, it's not gonna matter. You know what I mean? Because you're wishing on a dream and you're hoping on a star. And at the end of the day, you got to go make it a reality. You got to just do the little things and continue to establish and operate on the precedence that's already been set.
Yes, sir.
So that's really what it is, bro. It doesn't really come down much more to that. In the wise words of Jermaine Lamar Cole, if I'm betting on myself,
government, I completely double down.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, only shout outs I really have to give, man. First of all, shout out to my Lord and Savior. Come on now, bro. What are you?
Hey, keep working, boy. Your life can change in 1 year.
You know
Shout
what
out
I'm
J. Cole.
saying? Like, I'm not here without God. I'm not anything without him. Secondly, shout out to y'all, right? Y'all are here, right? Y'all are obviously a big part of my life. That's everybody at this table. That's everybody that's not at this table within this company and everything they've done, man. I wouldn't have learned. I wouldn't have grown. I wouldn't have been here in the place that I'm at if it wasn't for y'all helping me to grow as a man. My family, my loved ones, so many people. I mean, but you know, y'all for sure. Obviously, my Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? The good folks, my parents, you dig, and that's really it, bro. You know, everybody else, I mean, y'all are watching. Thank you for taking the time to invest into Opinionated and see what we have to offer. You better get with it or get lost. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, don't hop on this train when it's when it's rolling, because
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be rolling.
It's
sir,
all
yes,
love
sir.
for sure, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's just
You gotta
Hop on the train with the rail. I won't mind a few
Hey,
more people.
you say thank you, and you know you just you know the down,
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
You
I
know
know-
everything that you're doing now, and people that are seeing it now. But then when we're popping and we're
Yeah.
really on, you say thanks, but that's it.
And you know, I know the Sooners be like operating the bandwagon and whatnot, literally, but like, you know, it's okay. We'll take a couple. Just not all.
I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
again-
approve of that bandwagon, but you know, they can hop on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Word to my brothers in Norman, but
Trophies.
Until that boy flip over like it did. You know what I'm saying?
that's sick, bro.
It was a little heavy.
Okay, anyways. Again,
Trophies.
thank
man.
you.
Boy, it's top heavy.
Thank you for taking time out y'all's day.
Absolutely,
I mean, I know
bro.
y'all are
Thanks for having
family,
us.
but
Yeah,
like,
thank you for having us.
still,
for
I mean,
real.
we still have
Appreciate
normal
it.
lives, we still have jobs, so appreciate you taking time out y'all's day. Again, very proud of both of you, what y'all have accomplished this year. Next year, it's gonna be even better.
We can only get
Hopefully,
better.
yeah, it can only get better, and hopefully next year we can start giving y'all more tasks to do, so we can all pump out more content. Because I already have stuff planned with Albert at the top of the year, so I got that rolling, and we plan to shoot more outside individual
Absolutely.
videos. So
Individual videos, like hopefully the double knockout comes back soon. Me and you are revamping Keep It a Buck as we speak. Me and him are doing some things off topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lon's gonna, especially with high school stuff coming up, we want to get
Yeah.
into that. Everything. Like even me and Cat's, we're gonna start shooting Cat's Kitchen again.
Yeah.
Everything. So everything.
Yeah, so
everything's
everything
coming
be-
down.
yeah,
You know.
everything
what I'm
be
saying?
coming together. So
Hey.
next year's hopefully it's a great year for all of us, and especially for the company, because we need it.
Absolutely.
I believe it.
Yeah, we need it, and like, bro, I think like with these collectives, somebody blows up.
Yeah.
It just benefits everyone.
Absolutely.
You just push it back. If all of us will push it back to the brand and
Yeah.
help that grow. So
You know what I mean? And shout out to all the connections we made. You know what I'm saying?
Sir,
Obviously,
yes,
the
sir.
great
Shout out
interviews y'all
Shout out
have.
everybody that signed a
what I'm
beautiful
saying?
flag over here.
yeah, for real.
Hey, Lon, shout out to that boy Xavier Worthy, right? We'll see him in the playoffs.
Yeah, shout out to the boy.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're over here going for Washington, bro. Come on, bro.
Who? Washington who?
Huskies.
Oh, that's look, that's because shout out to that boy Roo Lon. You feel me? A member
We got
for
more of a
real.
connection with Xavier Ward than we do.
Hey,
Hey, that's,
shout out.
So-
I'm not hating X. I'm not hating X. I just gotta show love to my.
We respect X.
That man
but,
don't even know you, bro.
X hasn't met me either.
But he knows him, and which you know
For
what I'm
sure, but
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to take. Look, I told you at the beginning, I would love to see a Texas team win it all.
So would I. Trust me. So would I.
But I, you know, my boy Roo Lon,
And
gotta have
both the respective leagues. You know what I'm saying? Get a little Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, look,
Nah, bro, they can't get all that. The Rangers already won, so like,
Hey, bro, don't let
Longhorns
Texas,
are about to get
don't let
sacrificed for the
Texas come
Cowboys
alive
to
this
win.
year, bro. I'm only gonna turn up for Dallas. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. UT may get a
See,
congratulations
it
because
kind of
Texas.
sucks for me to like say that, but like I wouldn't mind that. I'm gonna be real.
What a
Like a Longhorn sacrifice for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
oh, absolutely, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, for you, it's a
I'm
different.
sorry. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, like it sucked. But I've seen a Longhorn national championship in
You
my
have.
lifetime. I've never seen a Cowboy anything in my lifetime. So like,
It's just that world.
the internet's gonna break, bro.
bro, what? That will be the most watched Super Bowl.
We are going to break, bro.
That will be
Same.
the most watched Super
How
Bowl.
about them Cowboys?
You know what I'm
you
saying? That boy finna have a Dak jersey the next day.
Hell no!
I'm
getting that
calling
CeeDee
out
Lamb.
I'm calling out a war to
Bro,
go to
we-
that parade.
Bro, we-
hey, CD Lamb calling it right now, Super Bowl MVP.
He might, bro. He might. But you
weak.
know who's gonna win the regular season MVP, right?
Michael Parsons?
Game changer
Hey,
Dak
I'm not
Prescott.
gonna-
Bro,
ladies
this
and
could be
gentlemen,
the, hold on,
this has been
hold on,
another
hold on.
opinionated off
This could
topic.
be the first time since Steve Young. Was it Steve Young?
Fake man.
No, I'm not a 49ers fan. It was like
Oh.
Steve Young and somebody else.
bad.
But you can have the MVP and the defensive player of the year on the same team. It was the first time since like back then. I
and,
forgot.
and defensive player of the
Yes.
year.
Yeah, Bland.
Oh yeah, because Deron has. Yeah, I mean,
Or defensive MVP or whatever it is. It would
no,
be Mike
DPOY.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a rookie, right?
Deron
No.
was second
Second
year.
year.
Oh,
He's
okay,
second year
okay.
corner. That's a great question, actually. I'm gonna
I
have to
saw
look
it
that
today,
up.
but it was like somebody way back then.
Yeah, like somebody in
That
the
would
early
be
2000s.
nuts. That would be
No, I
nuts.
think in the 90s or 80s.
Hey, and like I said, it just depends on how both of those
Shit,
players
Mike
finish out the
McCarthy
season.
might get Coach of the Year.
yeah.
It just depends on how we finish out our season, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. There could be a whole nother tangent for a whole nother episode of a whole nother conversation.
Bro,
we just need to
I'm buying a
finish out that
replica.
year.
I'm buying a replica.
Hey, bro,
$300.
what?
I'm buying a replica.
Bro,
Lombardi, ring, everything. MVP, everything.
Everything.
Give it to me.
I already got the CD jersey.
You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Buying a replica.
What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I'll get that tattooed on me.
You know how annoying we would actually be?
Cam.
I mean, I wouldn't care.
Cowboy
Cam.
fans.
But
No,
like-
Cowboy fans in general.
Yeah,
bro,
it would be
we could
nuts.
not win another one for another 20 plus years, but we would not let like
Bro,
this
that
one.
off
This
season,
show would be,
offseason would be hell, boy. Them Eagles fans would be in shambles.
bro. Stephen A. Smith would be in shambles.
Bro, I
All the
want to see
media,
it. I want to
Shannon,
see it.
everyone that's
Not
been
Stephen A.
not Skip
Smith.
Bayless.
Skip.
That man Skip going
Stephen A.
They run the
Smith,
camera.
the media,
Shannon
Dante
Sharp.
Lobianco,
bro.
Laz,
LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy. I'm calling out you Eagles. If we win a Super Bowl, mark my words.
Yeah, bro.
I swear to
This man Steve said the
D. Loby.
Eagles.
I already said
Yeah, he
Dante.
said
I dropped the
Dante.
government.
He said
he dropped the
Dante
government.
That fool,
Oh, okay.
that fool Steve
Yeah.
said that Eagles pack is hitting.
Like, going crazy, doing numbers.
God, bro. If we went, oh my.
You know what I'm saying? This has been Roo reporting from Opinionated Headquarters, and I'm gonna tell you like this for the last video that I'll have a word in. Cowboys Super Bowl champs 2024. Cam and Carlos, close this out, boy.
That'll do it from our boys over here at Opinionated.
Come on, man.
We'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace.
Peace.